Good evening to you and to your viewers. Of course, what's happening in the West Bank now is some sort of a trade between Netanyahu and the far-wing officials, as we have seen Ben Gvir resigning and Sumrij threatening to resign. So now he's providing a military operation on the West Bank to cool down the Israeli public opinion. uh, Netanyahu wants to preserve the government because with the Smotrich resignation, he will lose a lot of confidence, and the representation of the cabinet will be very weak. So he's trying to satisfy the far right officials by these military operations being waged on the West Bank, and he is providing more settlements, more control for the annexation of the West Bank to Israel, as he pledged during the past period that uh, Trump now is supporting and giving more opportunities to Netanyahu. We have seen the exchange of detainees and hostages during this ceasefire, and that's why we have seen the escalation in the West Bank. It is a part of a greater plan to increase the settlements in the West Bank and eliminate Hamas fighters or any Iranian support existence in the West Bank, and consequently they want a long-term military operations in West Bank, leading to more death and detaining tens and dozens of Palestinians.
Right. If I may ask you here, sir, why did Israel launch this major offensive in Jenin, particularly with the Gaza?
It's an attempt to take control over the West Bank with the excuse of the Hamas combatants or the Jihad group combatants in Jenin. It's an attempt to increase the Israeli existence in the West Bank. As Netanyahu pledged, he is taking a war on 7 fronts, eliminating Hezbollah, the Houthis, and the Bashar al-Assad regime, and Hamas and Gaza. And now he wanted to tell the Israeli community that they are taking the longer journey to eliminate Hamas and Jihad in the Jenin camp, and they are willing to stop any kind of support financially or military wise to Hamas in Jenin. He wants to satisfy the far right and the Israeli street community after their opposition to the deal during the past few days. The captives in Gaza now they are taking more detainees in the West Bank.
If I may ask you, could this be the true objectives of the Israeli military operation in Jenin? And what, from your point of view, could be the impact of this offensive on the broader peace and ceasefire?
Of course, Netanyahu is taking advantage of Trump assuming office and being sworn in the day before yesterday, and as the U.S. administration is busy setting up their conditions in the U.S., as they are busy with the internal affairs in the United States of America. He's taking advantage of this opportunity. As everyone now is looking at the U.S., he's repeating the scenario of the hostilities that happened and took place in the West Bank for 14 months. He's sending a message to the far right that they are fighting Hamas and Jihad in the West Bank to and stop the Iranian presence supporting the resistance in the West Bank, and consequently he is seeking to take over the West Bank, and so he's providing more escalation to stop the negotiations in the second and third phases, according to the statements by Smotrich, to only have the first phase of the deal, and then they can withdraw from the deal and cancel the phase 2 and phase 3. He has a complete scheme and taking advantage of the US cover provided by Trump.